Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're here back for another review of My Hero Academia, and we're here for the powerful review that we're about to start. And some people might scream in the beginning because some people are excited. Some of them are their favorite characters. They have a figure. I was gonna tell somebody on the stream 2 days ago that you have a figure of him, but that would have spoiled the whole hit that I gave him. But he would have killed me. But you know, thankfully I'm not dead. So let's get straight to the intro and have a good show. Welcome, Anime Lily fans. How you guys doing? LegendDVash as always. SamTheMangaMan down below is the Kim Games that has the mirror figure that he got right now, and JBXclusive from Careful for Spoilers. And we're here for another My Hero review of My Hero Academia, Chapter 292. How you doing, guys?
Doing really good.
I'm great. Legitimately great.
Yo, I'm so happy I did not say that last hint to you on stream. I'm like, yo, you have a figure of him. Because you'll be like, wait, I have all my.
I already had an idea. Like I said, we've theorized this.
How you doing, guys?
Oh, hey, pass Miguel.
Sorry.
But no, I have had this theory for a very long time, and it's just I was like, it had to happen now, and I'm very happy that it legitimately happened now because I was like, who else could it be? Who else? And I'm like, this is the one person who legitimately had the strength of a pro hero, the skill of a pro hero, and the quirk of a pro hero that can actually help with the situation.
But it's funny how we spoke about this in a review weeks, probably months ago.
Months.
In a review,
I think months
back in July,
ago.
like back in July or June, we said it. And plus, Ray said it exclusively. He said it first, and after we all agreed, like, yeah, he could come here. But then in the most recent chapter, like, we just forgot about, like, hey, best Jeanist is here, so he's the only one that
Jeanist was the best deflection from that I could have anticipated. Like, with Jeanist showing up, I was like, oh, we're good. But I was like, it was kind of like I literally did. It was a sleight of hand. He was like, I did that on purpose. And I'm like,
guess what? Now they have to retreat. They have to retreat right now.
And I love it how I said it. Best Jeanist is the only one that could stop Giga in his tracks. And everyone's like, nah, he can't stop him. Like, if you guys have read Vigilantes in that arc, he stopped a skyscraper from falling and everything. He could do it.
And not just any skyscraper. That skyscraper was big as fuck.
It
was like, I think it was like their tallest building in Japan.
Yeah, it is a very large structure. So
I'm like, makes sense. And then a lot of people in the comments were like, nah, he can't stop him. And they're like, guys, and look what happened to chapter. He stopped him. And even the League of Villains were shocked.
Yeah, they were like, oh, somebody stopped Makia. And they're like, oh, but and then it was also, they kind of gave the caveat as well. He is tired. So
they said he was breathing hard.
They literally gave that caveat in the chapter, which is true. That is also true. But it was like, oh, okay, no, this makes sense. But then somebody got a little bit of a wake-up call and finally gave the order. And so we're about to see what happens. Because I also remember that Makia has a time limit. If you remember correctly, when we first met him, there was like he sleeps for like 48 hours after he's been active for I think 24 hours. So
has
I
he
think
been active
close
this
to
long?
that. He's been active for a while.
Hours. He's been active, not the whole full 24 hours.
Yeah,
no, not that. But like, but then he's been using a way more like quirks and
I could have that time wrong, but I remember he rests for a long time after he's been active for a certain amount of time,
or else like. Either One for All or Shigaraki orders him to do something else. Like
funny that you bring that up, Sam. Shigaraki's back.
Yeah, it is Shigaraki.
It is Shigaraki
because like he said, like my eye itches, and you see the memory of his house. That's
exactly
Shigaraki.
The itchiness comes from his frustration and from the home. Remember, they thought it was the house is what made him itchy. So I was like, yeah, that's Shigaraki. This is good. So now they are going to retreat. It's both sides, I think. So it's like, all right, I like this. But can we talk about for a moment? I mean, I know we're jumping around everywhere. Dabi.
Yeah, it's fine.
Bro.
I mean, this entire chapter was jumping everywhere, so it's all good.
But
go ahead.
His flames are so
powerful.
Hot. Yeah. Oh, man. It's like, yeah, Endeavor, you messed up, bro.
Like, yeah, I mean, they told you, even as a kid, his flames were hotter than Endeavor's. It's like, it's crazy, and to watch Shoto be able to take the flames as well.
Barely, if you ask me.
Oh, yeah, barely. Yeah, very barely.
I was like, ooh, Shoto, this ain't good for you, man. I'm like, you need to have your plus ultra moment like now. because it ain't looking good.
He is running on emotions on that moment. So
I mean, he's running on a lot right now because there's so much happening, and it's like his whole life just kind of like it still feels. I'm sure he has some like this is kind of my fault too because he has some fault in this as well as like his brother who just kind of like I thought that you were dead just like everybody else, and now all of a sudden, hello. You're right here trying to kill me and my dad. What the hell?
He still gives him. He still calls him brother. Like even now in this point.
I mean, he called him Toya.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm happy that he didn't say Dabi. He now registered. He could call him Toya, and that shows recognition, but it shows that he's mad at himself and his family. Like that they have a fucking family. And I like how when Dabi got trapped by Best Jeanist saying that hey I'm alive and everything, but he also said that doesn't excuse what you being alive now and excuse the mess of family I have now. So he was also trying to throw that back at to Best Jeanist as well.
It's like a lot from a person that is like, I didn't kill this girl, you killed this girl, and never from your own flames. I feel like it's all this emotional problems and all this sort of stuff where he doesn't feel responsible for anything and just blames all of it onto
yeah. I mean,
though.
he needs help. He
needs help.
He needs help. Honestly, like all of these murders, he genuinely believes that it's Endeavor's fault, and to some degree, it is. Like Endeavor put him on this path. And he feels like his father abandoned him. But I still feel like he has a huge sense of family. Although he said all of that shit about not caring about Natsu, if he died or not, I think he'd be devastated in the long run if he lost his brother. I think he deeply cares about his family. He just hates Endeavor.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I'm still of the mindset that Toya isn't Toya. I feel like there's something that happened where his memories were tampered with. There's something about this because there's only one. He's got such one like it's just one drive. This
dimensional,
is exactly
one-sided dimensional of a drive.
But when he, I felt like that now because when he said what he said about Natsu, I was like, ooh, that's really weird. Like he's like, oh well, that just would have been hurt. That would have hurt Endeavor more if he died. Oh well. So
See,
I'm like,
I think he said that because Endeavor's there. Anything to hurt him.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
He lost emotions. He lost the
exactly. He said, "I have no feelings," and I'm like, "Ooh, that just means you just don't care about any of it." He doesn't.
He doesn't have no type of empathy.
The only person that he cares about is his mother. His mother. That's the only person he cares about. Legitimately, is the only person left that Dabi cares about. Is the only person that could save him.
He doesn't care about himself, so yeah.
I believe that she will be the one to save him, but I personally think he cares about all of them except Endeavor.
Nope, I don't think he cares about any of them.
They are just and at this point, they're just a means to an end to hurt Endeavor, but he still cares about them.
I don't think so. I think the only thing he cares about in that respect is hurting Endeavor.
I don't think so either.
Like, the only person he likes, I'm telling you, is his mom. The only person he cares about.
I think he cares about them, but he's willing to hurt them to hurt Endeavor. That's just my thoughts.
But things here in the same panel in page 14, he said, now I get to kill you after all. He's telling that to his brother, Shoto. So he's even telling him that if I could get a chance right now to kill you, he has no problem doing it. For a brother to do that, have no type of emotions.
He's projecting, bro. He's projecting. We've seen these types of villains across all mediums. They say these things to hurt the people they want to hurt, but they don't actually do most of these things. It's to hurt Endeavor. All of this is to hurt him, but we don't know what's going to happen. We'll see how it all shakes out. But I want to believe that he cares about his family, but he's willing to hurt them, not kill them, but deeply hurt them just to make Endeavor suffer.
You know how whack it'll be if Toya's and then he's like, "Oh, I didn't really want to kill you guys. I just wanted to make you sad and hurt the old man." You know how? I'm sorry, that would be so.
That would be whack.
He would never say that though. He would never say that.
But then, what's the point of doing all this and not going through with it? Like at this point, he's done so much though.
He's done worse.
He's murdered so many people. Like at this point, it's like he's killed people. It's not just the fact that he's like hurt people.
That
he's
doesn't
murdered
mean
people.
that he would kill his family because they're just as much. They're victims just like him. Why would he kill them when they're all victims just like him?
Because he's officially snapped. He's not there. He's not. That think about the pain changes people. And
we
if he
still don't-
burned up as bad as he did, that's no.
And
I don't
we
think
still-
I still don't think
I'm not
he has
saying that
kind
he
of,
has some redemption arc coming. I'm never
Oh,
saying
no,
that
no,
Dabi
God,
can
no.
I think it's
ever
over.
be.
No.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he can ever be like redeemed or anything. I just don't think he would actually kill any of his siblings.
I think he would.
I think he would
We'll
too.
see.
I really do think he would.
But what I'm curious also to see is that if we see a redemption arc, do you think if we see a possible redemption arc of Toya, you think it will be executed well? Will you be happy about that, or will you just not want to see
No.
that?
No,
I
I
don't
don't.
think
We
I
don't
don't
care
think he
anymore.
can be redeemed.
He's
too far gone.
gone.
Exactly. Toya's a villain. I mean, and the other reason why I
If
really
you-
I'm holding this stance so firm is because if Jeanist hadn't showed up, he was going to kill Endeavor and Shoto.
Yes.
He
Yes,
was going
I
to
don't
kill
think
them
so.
both.
He
Dude,
was.
Did you not
Dabi-
see the prominence burn he had
Dabi-
piled up that he was about to shoot at the both of them?
he was shooting it at Endeavor. He was
No,
not going to
bro.
hurt you. Dude,
Shoto's right next to him.
Anakin
They were really
Skywalker
fun
is
there.
the most dangerous Sith that ever existed, and he could not kill Luke Skywalker. He could not kill Leia. He was the greatest, most evil Sith in all of existence in Star Wars, and he could not do it.
Because
that is the
Darth
line.
Vader
He
wasn't
will
crazy.
kill. He will kill everyone else. He lost it, dude. He was the cause of his wife's death, and to his knowledge, he thought that he murdered his twins. He
Mhm.
was more than mentally gone.
I don't
He
think
was
so.
the greatest, most dangerous Sith in all of Star Wars history.
He is.
But
You're
he
right.
could
He
not
is.
kill Luke or Leia.
Mm.
That's all I'm saying. He could not do it. That's
I
the
wouldn't-
line. He will make them suffer. He will kill all of their friends and make them suffer, but he will not kill them. I'm telling you, dude. Dabi cannot be redeemed, but he will not kill his siblings. If Endeavor dies, it will be at Dabi's hand at some point. I have no delusions that he wouldn't kill Endeavor, but he will not kill his siblings. I'm telling you.
I feel like
So
that,
then I'm going to put it to you this way. Yeah, that's very interesting, and it's a very strong tie emotionally, but it then leaves that character half finished, and I don't like that, because if you're going to be a villain, be a villain. If there's no redemption, there's
I
no
don't
point,
see.
and there's a reason why he wouldn't go that extra step to kill them, because he's a villain at this point. He's chosen the path that he wants to be on, and
Yeah.
I feel like that kind of half completes the character. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? It's
No,
like,
I
if
hear
you're
you.
going,
Right.
if he's going to take that character to the lengths that he's gone to tear down Hero Society, to destroy his father's reputation, his family should be pennies to what he's trying to accomplish. If he has a goal bigger than that, and that's what I'm saying. If the goal is bigger than that, if the goal is bigger than his family, which I swear to God, I hope it is. Please be bigger than
We're
your
all
family.
hoping.
Because like at this point, you've already taken society and pushed it, like you've pushed that wall down. So don't stop here at the small potatoes, because I want you to be on that bigger, grandiose like scale of a villain at this point.
And I completely agree with you. And I completely
So,
agree.
this is what I'm saying.
And to
Like,
your
just-
points. And to your points, dude, Anakin was a part of tearing down the entire Jedi Order.
I mean,
The
he
entire
destroyed
Jedi
it.
Order does not exist
He
because
destroyed
of
it.
Anakin.
And it can't exist. There are ramifications that exist throughout anybody who still remembers who Anakin is. Like the fact that Anakin did so much damage to the Jedi name that Jedi who even were like half Jedi at the time don't want to be considered a Jedi.
yep.
Yeah,
That's how much
dude,
damage he did.
dude, in The Mandalorian, the Jedi are, to some people, the Jedi are still a myth.
Yes.
There are people in The Mandalorian that
Yes.
think that the Jedi are a myth. That's how much they were wiped out of existence. But he still couldn't kill his family.
But that's why I feel like
But I still believe
this
with Ray.
Dabi thing, this Toya thing can't be that powerful, because Toya never had the chance to be a part of the hero side.
And
You
that's
know
why
what I'm
I
saying?
think
He was not he was beginning to be trained as a hero, but then that got cut real short because he died, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, with Anakin, he was on the side of the light. He had the chance to have that training, that emotion in his head. He had that. Toya does not. So I'm like, I mean, I can see what you're saying, but I would just hope that the whole family tie does not keep him from fulfilling what he desires now at this point, and that's just, you know, anything to hurt Endeavor, but also anybody else who's in his way.
Yes, I agree with you. I'm not trying to disprove anything
Oh,
that
no,
you're saying.
I know.
I agree with you completely.
Yeah.
But it's just, to me, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I still want, like we talked about before, I would still love to see what an interaction between Toya and Natsu would even be like. Like, which way would he turn? You know what I mean? Like, I still want to see that.
I want to see him have a conversation with his mother. That's what I want.
That too. Yeah.
That's what I want. I want the mother's side. I want more of the mother's input into this entire situation. Like, we just haven't gotten that. I need that at this point to see where this, like, to see how we wrap up the Todoroki arc. Like, I gotta see it. Like, we need her side of this. And I'm like, so that's why I want him to survive, because I want him to have that conversation with her. I need that.
I hope we get with the mother interaction, but then I also believe in what Ray is saying, that one of the siblings will get killed by Toya, and I think it's either Natsuo or Ray.
I don't think so. I don't think he gets that opportunity.
No,
he didn't get that opportunity.
He's not gonna get the opportunity.
So ultimately, we know that Toya's going to fail. Like, he's going to fail in his plan to, you know, I mean, his overall plan of ruining and hurting Endeavor, because listen, Endeavor's broken as a hero and as a father right now.
Yeah.
And so that was his goal, to be completely honest. I mean, yes, his overall, his ultimate goal would be to kill him. But I mean, if he's done that internally, that's just as good. I'm pretty sure is what he'll say. He's like, you're broken. My plan, regardless, as much as I wanted to kill you, I've completed it, is what I feel like is going to happen.
So on the topic of the mom, right? Do you think that the mom would be able to visit Dabi in prison? Or do you think that Dabi will find a way to sneak into the hospital to talk to his mom?
I would say,
which way do you think it'll go?
I think she'll be transferred. I don't think she'll be in the same hospital, right? Because they will know that if Dabi escapes, they will know, wait, they might come for her. So that's why she might be either transfer or go back to the household, or her siblings will take care of her, because a hospital don't have the best security, as you know.
I mean, it could go many ways, in my opinion. It's either she sees him within the mental hospital or wherever they kept Stain or whatnot, because he's like, Toya right now is almost as crazy as Stain in his very moment. And they would be
I don't think Stain's crazy
at all. I was about to say Stain was way more sane than you think.
The thing is that his
actions
actions made him look crazy. It's just that the way he executed them made him look crazy. But his mindset was not crazy.
His ideals were like, you know, they drove him to a point of what seems as which were completely unreasonable. Is this, you know, his form of justice?
It's black and white. Yeah.
Yes.
But they Toya's crazy.
I feel like
with Toya, there is something I feel like there is, and that's what's special about this character. I love this character. What's special about him is I think they will give him the opportunity to talk with his mother, because Endeavor wants so bad to know why, I think. But there's also there's a part of me that also like feels like he left a special message for her that we didn't get to see.
I also think that.
So I'm curious to see how that goes, but I feel like if anything, they're not gonna move her. They're just really, I bet you when we saw the last time they're running to check on her, was to see if she's okay, because they know why she's there.
Yeah.
And so like they're like, well, what can this do? And I mean, we never really saw what her. I don't know if, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I know y'all will in the comments. If we don't really know the extent of her quirk. We know that her bloodline is ice, but we don't know
how strong is it.
Exactly. We don't know.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
at least I personally don't know right now. Yeah,
for Endeavor to choose her,
exactly.
her ice abilities has to be insane. Like,
exactly.
insane.
That is true, because his
but
pride
that
is
also,
so strong.
to me, then sorry, this is me jumping around again. You remember our Liberation Army ice friend?
Yeah,
they're related.
Stop.
They're related.
Her nephew.
I don't know about that, but they're related.
Maybe
somehow they have to be.
That would be insane, bro.
I know.
That would be insane.
Yeah, so that's why Dabi still has a very Toya. Sorry, I have to get used to calling him by his name. Yes. Toya has a much more important role to play.
He has to, because
and so I don't think there'll be a redemption, but I feel like we're going to learn what actually happened to him and why he is like this now. Because I still don't think it's of his own. I still don't think it's his doing that he's become this way. I still don't.
Also, a lot of people said that the guy Giten could be related to Shoto's mom. The guy that brought Dabi and them into the League of Villains. The guy that has the white hair. The guy don't have quirk. The guy that was playing Capture the Flag for the Liberation Army. So he could also be related to them as well. But also, there was in the chat, I see that a lot of people thinking, what happens if Toya's flames kill him first? because you know how his body.
Yeah,
is being burned by
I
his
could
own
also
flames.
see him burning up. I could also see that.
Yeah.
Y'all are 1000% right. That's just something I would hope doesn't happen. But I
Yeah.
the way it's been drawn, I absolutely see him burning up. True. It's like
Because
that's
if it
also
did
something.
to
Yeah.
me, the damage has been done, bro.
Yep.
Endeavor is absolutely broken. His family knows that he's still alive, and he has decimated the Hero Society. He doesn't give a shit anymore. He's broken Endeavor in every way possible.
I mean, I feel like he's.
But
we
I hope
all,
there's more
we
to
all
come.
we all know that his initial goal was chaos and also to ruin Endeavor / kill Endeavor. I could absolutely see him just burning up by like using everything he's got now, at this point. And maybe it's Shoto who takes him out. And it's like, and that also hurts him because he had to stop him from hurting other people. I don't really think that'll happen, but there's a chance. Because man,
And I would be okay with that.
poor Shoto, bro. I feel so bad for Shoto
But
because he just comes from such a terrible situation. He just wants to be a hero, man.
I am happy though. I'm happy that he got the cojones to actually go against his brother, because most people in that type of situation would have a panic attack or would not really understand what's going on, just like his father right now. His father right now is not in the best condition to think, but Shoto took the helms and actually got up and went against his brother. He said stop it, he screamed,
His
he went
friends
against
are
him.
Bakugo and Deku. Of course he did. Two of the most strong-willed people, period. So I feel so bad. I also feel really bad for Deku because his body is so broken that he literally cannot do.
Yo, that
On that
pissed me
topic,
off.
that topic, okay.
He was putting
So,
himself
Ray.
down so bad.
Yeah, so Ray, so I do agree with you what you said episodes ago, that Deku, his arms might actually be done, because what happens at the end of this, we know Eri was able to reverse Lemillion, so therefore she's going to reverse Deku's arms and heal them completely. And he's going to be a complete badass. This is going to be
That's what they
amazing.
said in the chat. In the chat, they said the same thing that you just said, James, that he will revert back. But
This is going to be awesome.
Someone
But-
also I saw onto a theory was that there was a cover page of All Might and Eri, and someone noticed that Eri's horn shrunk. It went it almost completely gone in that point.
So maybe
remember,
that
how
shows-
big, remember how big her horn was?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it just went. It's much
Doesn't it
smaller.
shrink after she uses a bunch of it?
Exactly.
Basically,
Be
it's her body
true.
expelling the energy that,
Right.
that it stores up the energy that she has, and once she expels it, it shrinks.
Yeah, which makes sense why Aizawa couldn't be there exactly, because he doesn't really need to use stop her quirk anymore.
Well,
I
Aizawa
didn't
also
think-
had a job to do, so that's why he couldn't be there.
But it's
True.
just
I
insane
didn't
how
think she
we
would be
did-
able to use the power so easily, so
Not-
quickly.
I mean,
Maybe-
I'm guessing is
but
maybe
probably-
they go to extent or certain time and then stop stop in
But
case it doesn't go too
I
maybe-
feel
far.
like it was her plus ultra moment of I have to do something to help people, and who can help people more than my hero, which is Lemillion.
because the guy that saved her was him and Deku, but in Deku right now is in trouble, and that's probably why he came and everything. Yo, and just the perfect line he said was power. I so happy when I saw that panel.
That's his line, bro.
That's his
Dude,
line.
That is line.
But that's
It was
his
amazing.
line.
So I won't lie. This morning I turned on my Hero soundtrack, my vinyl, and started reading it, and it was perfect, man. I
Yep.
was like, oh, it was so good. So my boy's back, and I am I love Lemillion, and I always
But-
have. So,
But I love how we said it weeks ago or months ago. We said it. Yo, what's going on with All Might? Maybe the League of Legends will go to the prison, or maybe they will try to go get Eri. We all said that months ago, and then look what happened. Eri gave back the power of freaking Nero. That's freaking amazing. That is a hype
I mean,
moment.
Horikoshi knew he had an amazing character that people loved,
So-
and so he was waiting for the right moment to bring him back. And I'm like, this couldn't have been a more perfect moment if you ask me. And so
Yeah.
for all you people who are like, oh well, MIRIO would have been perfect with the quirk instead of Deku. Shut up. This is perfect. That boy is great with his own quirk, and that's it. He's perfect the way he is, and he would have been way more boring with that quirk. So shut up. I don't want to hear it no more. Stop slandering Deku. And let Lemillion be
it's
Lemillion.
it's to that point, there's a bunch of people that could
Exactly.
benefit from the quirk.
Mhm.
It had to be Deku.
They could have
because of
focused
his
on a way to
values.
keep. They could have focused on a way for All Might to keep it, but they didn't.
Yeah.
So shut up. I'm getting tired of seeing that online.
I want to.
Because I mean, you could get into sorry, Sam, but you could get
No, go
into
ahead.
really weird theories well, now Eri can just reverse All Might, but he
No.
doesn't have the quirk, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Don't matter. It's gone. Deku got it. Okay. And
Yeah.
he's the strongest user of the quirk, and we know this now. So
Yes.
Yes.
Leave him alone. Leave my boy Deku alone. He's a great hero, and we all know this.
But he was putting himself down in this chapter. He said, like, I have to get up. I don't want to be the same wimpy kid as before. I'm like, my dude, he did so much in this arc.
What
I mean, his body's destroyed.
That's what makes Deku
right.
Deku, and that's why I
His
love that
body
character.
is F up.
Even
he's putting
after
himself
everything
down.
he's done, he still didn't think that he did enough because he
Right?
wants to save everyone.
Mhm.
He said he wanted to do everything, and even when Miro
And
showed
he
up,
also
he was
learned
happy.
that. He also learned that from MIRIO.
Hero.
So it's like, I love that. Like, it's just
Deku's face in that panel is my face. When
that
I
was my
saw
face.
him.
Yeah, that was my. Oh my god.
I was like, oh my god, Mirio's back.
I actually got literal chills when I saw him pop
I think
up.
that was
like, is that his? It was
I
like,
think
that's
that
his face.
I think that was the same face Mirror made during the overhaul arc
Oh
when
my
Kyoka came
God.
for the save.
Yeah,
So
I
it's,
can see that.
it's a good, nice parallel like comeback.
But man, I am very happy with this chapter. It's all over the place. Like, how
So
did
question-
Horikoshi decide to add more strings in a place where he's already thrown out? Oh, Horikoshi, you.
So
you
that's
own
a question.
something right now, man.
So that's a question I was gonna ask you guys in the chat. Tell us. So I saw a couple people in the tweets after me and Sam read the chapter. So I want to see people's reaction, their thoughts on it. I saw a couple people saying that this arc is starting to feel very cluttered. A lot of things happening at the same time. Wait. So a lot of people saying
Finish your
like,
question, please.
So a lot of people saying so many things happening with Shiraki, Endeavor, the Doctor, Hawks. Now with Miro, with Best Jeanist, a lot of people saying that a lot is going on in this one arc now. It feels very heavy and cluttered. So I want to know about each of you guys. Whoever wants to go first, what did you guys think about? Do you feel like this arc is doing perfectly fine, not feeling cluttered or anything like that? Who wants to go first?
James, Ray.
Okay, not to throw shade, but that's to people that are not able to follow multiple threads.
I'm throwing shade. Y'all motherfuckers don't like story. That's what you like. What's the point then? Like, this is amazing story. He's telling story to give you more story later on. He's setting things up, and if you can't, it's not that hard.
Since the beginning, My Hero has been not about just one person or two people or three, but the universe.
Correct.
So it's like, if you're not at chapter 292, if you are not used to catching up to multiple subplots going on at the same time, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, that means you've also never read a Marvel or DC comic in your life.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
That's what I told Sam. If nobody has read a Justice League, an arc of Justice League that has almost 25 or more characters in one panel itself, all the Green Lanterns stories have one character.
Why can't y'all just enjoy things, bro?
Right?
Do you have any idea how many things happen in Secret Wars? Do you have any idea how many different subplots
that
still
haven't been covered completely? That they're still waiting to cover?
What are you talking about?
Yes. It's been like 5 years after Secret, and still some stuff have not been covered yet.
And these are the people who say it's cluttered, the same people who like, yo, I don't care about this guy in class, the student in class 1A or that student in class 1A. I don't care about that story. I want my main man, Shoto, Bakugo, and Deku all together. Whatever, just focus on their story.
And
Like,
you
no,
get
that's not My Hero Academia. It's supposed to be everybody's their own story, their side plot, everything they have. It's what's coming throughout this entire series, and I don't see why people are like complaining why it's so cluttered. Like, what do you mean by cluttered? It's like you go
It's
one
their
story,
inability
like,
to
what?
follow multiple threads. That's all it is. I'm sorry.
So
I 100% agree, because that annoyed me, and I want to ask you guys the panel and the chat and everything, because it just makes no sense. Like, how do you say that a lot of things feel like is going on when technically this is how a story is told? This is how One Piece, this is how most heroes and Naruto. Just some stories are told better when it's more cohesive and subplots from different characters meet into the main plot. That's how a story gets told.
There's people can have their preference. If they want story spoon fed to them, that's fine. It's just that right now this ain't happening in My Hero.
So this is
give
my
them
question
just
though.
give them the applesauce and we'll eat the apple whole. That's all good.
What's cluttered? This is a huge battle, and what you're seeing is the battle taking place in multiple positions, like in battles, in real life battles. So what's cluttered? You're just seeing the same battle from multiple perspectives in different locations. Where is the confusion?
So
like, I don't get it.
So this is what I'm saying is that, and if it was way more straightforward and he didn't keep introducing these subplots, y'all would say that My Hero was mid, and it's not.
Exactly.
So I just don't care what y'all have to say at this point. And to be honest, and then somebody Caking Chat brought up a good point. There's one panel that also made me really happy is when Jeanist looks for Bakugo. And he sees him, and I'm like,
he did.
Yes, he looks for him. He literally looks at Bakugo. He like they make a point where Bakugo's like, yeah, pretty much. Bakugo's like dead my ass, essentially. So, or he said like missing or something like that. I'm like, yeah, that's right. I can't wait for the out to have that conversation too. So like that's good. But so somebody in chat, Layla's going, why didn't they just rewind All Might? And I'm like, well, because All Might doesn't have a quirk.
Yeah,
and he does. But
I
they're like,
see
oh
it.
yeah, but it's like it's rewind,
comment.
and so like it can bring it back to his prime.
Mm-mm.
The quirk that they had does not work that way. It was not inherently his quirk, and so even if they rewinded him back to his prime at this point, the quirk itself has been transferred.
Yeah,
that's how that quirk
gone.
works. It's gone. So
And
yeah,
the
they can
All
rewind him
Might-
back to his physical health.
Yeah,
but, like, his quirk is gone.
she's not rewinding time,
Right.
So that's not how it works.
Yep.
So I was gonna bring up a point into the chapter where I thought that another hero is also come from the sideline that's helping the assistants on the half nobles that's fight. But
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
I see
that
what
was
you're
supposed to. I think that was
I think
Miro.
that was Mirio.
Yeah, because you know how fast he can literally go from
with his
underneath.
permeation, he's incredibly fast.
Exactly.
So I'm pretty
So
sure.
like,
that was
yeah,
Mirio.
it really was Miro. Okay,
In
and then
page
the
11,
punch.
in page 11, in that panel that kicked the normal, that was about her
I
burning.
think it was a punch or something.
Or a kick or a punch.
Yeah, I'm pretty
that-
sure it was a kick.
Yeah, kick or punch that it was helping to defend burning. Right there was Miro doing the defensive move. So right there, and then he somehow went through the floor, was swimming, and then he
I
literally
mean,
just got
think
up.
about how fast those no move were going. He could go just as fast, if not faster.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what that's
Yeah,
what
he
I'm
can.
saying. And so like that was Mirio.
He's faster than Nita actually
Yeah.
when he's in
Yeah.
that form too.
And plus, did you guys notice the panel in page 2 and 3 that the panel line was actually his threads?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
Yes.
that was a
I
nice
love
detail
that.
finding.
I
That
love
was
that. I mean, it's
beautiful.
also Jeanist just has so much damn style, and I love it so much. But did we also notice that Jeanist isn't fully recovered as well?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Like you could see, like he's straining in this. You see him bleeding. Like I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, my boy.
He needs to
Please be
stay
okay.
he needs to stay continuing focus to trap Makia.
Yeah, I mean, when you have internal injuries, you can't just heal in a couple months.
Exactly. But I'm so glad that he's out. I'm so glad he's back. Like, golly.
I hope we do get the reasoning, or not reasoning, the explanation more of how did he.
I mean, yeah, because Dabi was confused. He was like, yeah, that was a real body. How are you alive?
Yeah. So I was like, I
So,
hope we get that.
I'm sure we're going to get that entire explanation.
Yeah, I mean, it's very simple. I mean, you get a corpse from the morgue and then you light it on fire.
I mean, and Gina styles it to look exactly like him.
Yeah, it's simple. They do it in everything all the time.
That's why Best Jeanist is like best fit. He has the styles and clothes. He probably can do the whole makeup and the sus.
And
I mean, you can fake dental records. That's
Yeah, that
so
you can,
easy for someone like Hawks to do.
And plus, I love how he also made a joke about fake jeans denim. I'm like
Yeah, cheap denim.
yeah, cheap denim.
I missed you, Jeanist. I really did.
Like this felt such a good chapter, and I feel like it keeps getting better. Like the jokes, the whole landing of storytelling. It's just the art style, the detail, and the paneling also matters. Like everything about this really keeps going great.
Jeanist is aware of the situation.
Yes.
When in the first few panels, he says, when they couldn't prevent mass destruction and faith in heroes is wavering, this is what you chose to struck. So he knows how bad this is already.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, this ain't good, and it ain't gonna end well. This cannot end well. This isn't a yay and the heroes won. No. The heroes lost.
Survive.
Today.
They survived.
They survived. That's it. But they lost. And they lost a lot. They lost a lot of heroes in this entire exchange. This is, I'm really curious to see, like, it's time for us to see the aftermath of all this, and it's gonna be bad.
So do you feel like before chapter 300, do you think the arc will be coming to a close, and then we're gonna be getting the epilogue of this arc? Or
I feel like it's about to start in the next 2 chapters. It'll start, but it ain't gonna come to a close. It's about to starting essentially.
Yeah, not by 300.
Yeah, because I've seen 7 chapters, 8 chapters that you think that he'll be trying to wrap up the conclusion. I'm sorry, wrap the arc, but then we're gonna have an epilogue of 5 or
I feel like we're gonna need at least 5 chapters to kind of clean up some of what our questions have been. Like, where's the doctor? Who's alive? Who's dead? What happened at the villa? Basically where the Liberation Army is, where they're going to go, where's the League of Villains going to go from here. There's a lot to wrap up there.
Where the heroes go from here.
Exactly, where do the heroes go? It's like, and I feel like it's also like he doesn't have to tell us all that in the next, 6 to 7 chapters.
Yeah, I have a question. Where do they go? Actually, they don't have a base.
Where do they go?
They don't have a base no more. And also,
I mean, the scale of this attack, I feel like the world is going to see this, and so now I feel like we really do get like a World Hero Association, kind of coming in, like a Heroes UN. Like, hey, this is bad. Y'all need to get up out of here. We need to figure out how to save Japan.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking this is like we need to form the Accords.
Yeah, because
I mean, I wouldn't say the Accords, but it's just like we have to like, because Japan had their own system, I'm sure, and so they're like the rest of the world's like, hey, what's wrong with y'all?
I mean, but then it's very bad when Japan used to be like 5% or 8% where it's criminal activities, but the other 95% was really protected by the heroes. But now,
All Might had completely wiped out crime.
Yeah,
we know this.
And now, with that big jump, it's when the world needs to take this more seriously. Now, where how you want to go from like 5 or 8% to like now?
Well, I mean, it's like now Japan has the big bad. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, well, all right, well, we need help from other folks. Like big time.
Yeah, that'd be cool though. So we're gonna be introducing new heroes.
I wouldn't say right away. That's gonna be a while.
Yeah, I think it'll be a while.
That's gonna be a while.
Be a while, but possibility
no new ranking in a while.
No, not
there
ranking, but like
another ranking.
I mean, like
most likely not either.
Different countries' heroes.
Yeah, but that'll be a long time from now. But yeah, I agree that there will be heroes from different countries showing up.
Like probably 320, because we also have the heroes that we know from the
Maybe
US.
Further than that. More further than 320. Yeah,
there's still so much more to do with everybody he has here. To introduce other people now would be a little chaotic. But yeah.
As bad as it is, the Hero Society needed to be, as it is, destroyed. Because we've seen heroes join the Hero Society only to be celebrities, only to make money, which is what Stain was all about. Is like, you people call yourself heroes when you're just celebrities in costumes. So it is all messed up. It needs to be completely torn down and rebuilt.
Yep, I agree, and it's one of those things where I'm glad. I'm glad that it happened. I just hate that it happened this way. Because it's true. Like, there are people who literally became heroes for the fame and for the money, not to help people.
It's the heroes' fault that it turned out this way.
And UA,
so it's their fault that they were attacked.
UA will not exist. UA will not exist either.
UA will exist. UA will exist because people still need to learn how to use their powers. And
we need UA more than ever.
Exactly. Like, I feel like there's the principles of UA will be pushed into something larger than just a school.
Yeah, I mean, look at this battle. The students have saved so many lives. Because of UA, they have made the next generation of the greatest
of actual heroes.
Yep. So we definitely need these academies to keep going to, like Ray said, to help people focus their quirks to do good. Because without UA and a rebuilt Hero Society, that's why we get people like Toga. That's why we get people, I can't remember his name, the turtle ninja guy.
Spinner?
Spinner.
Yeah, that's why we get people like Spinner and Toya. All of this stuff needs to be rebuilt so that doesn't happen ever again.
Because education is how you prevent stuff like this.
Yes,
that people need to be taught. There aren't people like Deku who are just inherently good. Like, they're not. Deku is 1 in a million. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, most people have to be taught. Things like this. These values have to be instilled in them, or they find values then be instilled in like other people have, like the villains. So,
dude. Oh, God, yes.
It's so good.
Yes,
it's so good.
There's 2 more questions about in the chat. Ray is just happy to know that her firstborn is alive. That's very true. And after the League of Villains got imagined, they lost it. They're back to square one. That's very true. Also, I think they kind of mess up how the heroes gang up on poor Shiggy like they did. No, he deserved that.
I'm glad they beat his ass. He deserved to get his ass.
He needed that.
He needed that whooping. He needed that whooping badly.
Shigaraki's a bad guy, okay? Like, yes, he's got trauma in his back, but he's still bad man. All right.
That's my thing.
Now that they do the same thing to Toya, they do that to Toya right now.
He bad too. He killed 30 innocent people, and he was proud of it.
Yeah, if the Liberation Army doesn't have another base of operations, I would honestly be disappointed.
Same.
Because they've been planning this for so long. This is war. Your base of operations will be
destroyed. Yeah, I think
Destro prepared. He's got money and resources all over the place, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All over the world, too, he has said. All over the world.
He said,
so that is true. They also have a different base.
That's why Shigaraki basically wanted to take his shit. because he knew you had the numbers and the resources. I have the will to destroy everything, and you have everything I need to make it happen, essentially. So, yeah.
That's the whole point of the villain arc.
Look, I love Shigaraki as much as the next person. He's one of my favorite villains in Jump period right now. But yeah, he deserved to get his ass whooped.
Yeah.
And plus,
And then some. And then
Deku
some.
gave him hands, and I was so happy to see
He
that.
got the work, bro.
He really
Abe,
did.
I don't agree with that because he said next chapter probably is going to be Todoroki versus Deku and plus
no.
MIRIO, and that's not going to happen.
No.
Both of them
Fight's
will
over,
not be
man.
fighting.
Fight's over.
Fight over.
They
If
done.
anybody's
Fight is
if
over.
anybody's fighting, it's
It's
Shoto
Miro
and
and Shoto.
Toya.
Yeah, that's probably it. That's it.
Yeah, Shigaraki is using hyper regeneration just to keep his body from falling apart. He doesn't
But
have
he's
anything.
he's
left in the tank.
exhausted. He is exhausted. Even Gigamaki is exhausted. So
Yep. And he's been saying like it's not that we're just making it up. That's been literally said in every chapter.
Yeah.
He's tired. Maki is tired. They're all tired. They all need to. This is where everybody kind of is like, which side gives in first and breaks away.
Yeah, like
what
this
we're
is a
waiting on now.
war. Like once you're in war, this is the fight. Like this is humans that are fighting with quirk. This is not type of Dragon Ball characters that have a sense of being and just give it to the main villain just to fight again. No, we have here humans with quirks that are just using their own lungs that have no type of superpower energy. No, these are people that are just humans fighting with their own quirks.
So
I mean, they kind of have
yeah,
senzu beans,
they-
not
they
on the
kinda-
field,
They kind of
but
have those, yeah. But they have like people version of the senzu beans, yeah. But you know, it's
Yeah.
like they're not there with him right now because
Yeah.
They're not there. They're not in the battlefield. You
But
think they have them in the
I know
back.
what you're saying. It's like, you know, they don't have these ridiculous, like, you know,
Yes,
yes, these are people who have powers. You know, they're not aliens that have these resilient bodies that, you know, but I digress. Both of these sides have expended their resources for the current battle that they're in. And now it's time to go back and have your postmortem and collect your dead, essentially. So, we'll see what happens from here. We'll see who lived, who died, and why. And I still think there's a lot of people who question everything from here, on both sides, which will be very interesting. So
okay, I want to ask you guys. Do you think Hirokoshi would add another hero into the play or another character into the play into this arc anymore?
No,
I
he's
think
got
it's
I think
plenty.
perfect.
I think we're really good. I think we're
Not
good
perfect.
with the
He's
amount of
got
characters
plenty
right
of
now.
he's got plenty of
There's-
characters.
There's
We don't
still
need
a
to
lot
introduce
more
anybody right now.
characters on the
Mhm.
table, and we've mentioned this. There's so many more other characters on the table. But
I mean,
and
we
I'm
still
already-
have
we're
we still
kind of
have to
enough.
bring back in the police and the police chief, the captain's there. We have to bring back the
Shinsho.
principal. Like there's still a lot of people that still
there's
have
still a
can
lot.
fill in gaps here for us that
Mhm.
haven't gotten
But-
filled yet. So he's got
But
plenty
to
of
Sam's
characters.
question, I don't think no other hero will show up. If they do,
Yeah, I think that's it. I think
I
that's
don't think no other
enough.
hero. You have MIRIO and Best Jeanist right now doing the cleanup, so I think
Yeah.
right now we're good. Sun Eater and them, they're all busy. I don't think no other hero that's fresh and clean up to do something.
What
don't
I
know.
feel like is until they call for help, other heroes will not arrive.
Hmm.
They will have to physically call for help from other places for them to show up. They're not just going to show up
Yeah.
because they have their own heroes, and so they assume y'all got this. You literally have your own heroes inside of you. Y'all don't
There
need
are-
us until you call us.
there are innocent people under rubble right now.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
there's a lot of work that needs.
There's a lot of cleanup that has to happen here, like a lot. So I mean, like they said, mass destruction just happened, mass destruction, and so now
Yeah.
they have to clean that up.
It's exactly what Kendall said. How many major cities have been destroyed? I think about 5. Pick a Gigamakia.
I think more.
Too many.
Yeah, too
We have
many. Yeah, that's too
more.
many. The property damage, the insurance bill is gonna be skyrocketing. Like, damn.
Yeah.
But-
So to Dem's question about if we're gonna see more Avatar State Deku,
Later
I think
on.
that's gonna be a staple of things to come.
I
in
feel
the
like
future.
that's a half arc we get. Is kind of him learning about that, and like he's gonna have to go in and talk with these other people inside of the quirk to like really. He's like, because I want to be the best. I want to save everyone, and I need all of your quirks to do it. How do I do that? I feel like it's what we're gonna get.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping after he unlocks all of the quirks that at some point he'll be able to meditate and
mhm.
just talk to them as counsel. You know,
exactly.
just to get advice on.
I
things to
can't
do.
wait for the panel where you see Deku ready with all the quirks, and then you see like the vestiges of them just kind of like standing next to him as like apparitions. That only we can see. But like, oh, that panel will be so pretty.
So, any last thoughts about the chapter? Any theories for the next chapter 293 for December 6th, next Sunday?
I
No
don't think-
theories.
yeah,
I'm
we don't
just
need a
ready for
theory right now.
293.
We're good at whichever direction Hirokoshi want to take us. He needs to take us home right now, but
This is where they retreat. I don't think it'll happen in 293.
I feel like they remember who Lemillion is, and they're like, oh shit, we gotta go because we can't touch him. Because we literally can't touch him and he can beat all of us. We got to get out of here, essentially, because he really is the one that they should be worried about.
Because he literally went in 3 seconds.
They can't touch him, and he's completely ready to go. This boy is at full strength, ready to go. They have to leave now because now they have one of their strongest players back on the board with Lemillion. Oh, yeah. So, and I'm pretty sure I think the villains understand that, and it's time to get up out of there.
It's funny also in the same year that Ray reacted to My Hero when Miro lost his powers in the beginning of the year, and now at the end of the year he got his powers back.
I get my boy back in the same year. I love it.
It just goes from beginning to end of the year. That's crazy.
I love it.
So
who do you think the two shadow figures is? So we'll talk about that later. Don't y'all worry. We got plenty of My Hero content coming to this channel. I feel like it's about time for us to have our My Hero roundtable. So we'll be looking forward to that.
That's very true. So we're good then?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, guys. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, press the bell notification every time we upload videos. And don't forget, we also do Black Clover coverage that will be coming in a bit, and Chainsaw Man coverage as well for review. So definitely check this out. See you guys on the next one.
Peace.